Hello, I'm Dr. Henry Dooley, and I'd like to welcome you to the first video in our series on the myths and misconceptions around hypnosis. And myth 10 is an interesting one. It's the myth that hypnosis is more or less mind control. And, it's an interesting myth because I don't know that there's a lot of people who, if you ask them if hypnosis is mind control, would come right out and say, well, of course it is. But nonetheless, it seems to have an impact on people's views around hypnosis, and it can lead to just deeper misconceptions about what hypnosis is and what it isn't, what it can and cannot do. And so it's important to unpack it and really kind of take a look at what it implies. So where does this myth really come from? Well, if you look at the popular media representations of hypnosis, it shouldn't be too much of a surprise that this myth exists. I mean, we have, film depictions of hypnosis and even cartoon depictions of hypnosis, and none of it really seems to depict hypnosis in a favorable light. You'll typically have one character hypnotizing another to take advantage of them. And this is also true with how stage hypnosis tends to depict hypnosis. You have the stage hypnotist holding all the power and hypnotizing people from the audience to essentially embarrass themselves and for the laughter of other people. And so it's no wonder that we would maybe be uneasy about hypnosis, feeling like there's a lack of control that comes along with it. And that is a big reason why I've decided to do this video series, is to help to clear up that misconception. Well, so if hypnosis is not mind control, and this is a myth, then what's the truth about hypnosis? Well, as I've explored in other videos, hypnosis is a process of bringing someone from their normal state of alertness to a state of trance, which is an altered state of consciousness that's totally natural, and we go in and out of light states of trance on a regular basis. And once in that state of trance, they're given suggestions that will hopefully achieve some end. In kind of psychological work, it's usually to help alleviate anxiety or improve someone's self-esteem, help them sleep better, maybe help them resolve a traumatic incident that's happened. And when suggestions are given during those trance states, there's always a point at which each individual person being hypnotized has an evaluative ability to evaluate the suggestions given and to determine whether or not they'll respond. So what does this really mean then in the real world? It means that people can't hypnotize you to do something that's against your will. So no one can hypnotize you and then make you give them all your internet passwords or make you cook them dinner, unless that's something you're already on board for. And that's a really reassuring, wonderful thought. On the flip side, though, the con is that no one can make you do something that's against your will. And so if you go into hypnotherapy kind of interested in proving the point that hypnosis isn't going to work for you, well, it's not. And that's kind of why it's important to kind of clear up the issues of control, that hypnosis is not meant to be about a power struggle. It's meant to have one person help another person to harness their inner resources for some positive end. And that's why it's important to find someone who you feel comfortable with if you're wanting to do hypnotic work. And it's also, really important to find someone who has the educational background to be able to help you with whatever it is you're trying to get help with. So someone who has a degree in helping someone work through the mental issues you're dealing with, or in the case of medical hypnosis, making sure that you're seeking, the help of someone who uses hypnosis but also is a physician and has a medical license. And so that's, again, a good rule of thumb just when you're seeking hypnosis help. So that brings us to the end of myth 10. We've learned that hypnosis is in fact not mind control. And I encourage you to join us next time for Myth 9, which is the myth that hypnosis is a form of sleep. I also encourage you to sign up or subscribe on our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of the videos as they're released. And if you have any questions, you can, of course, always reach out to me by phone or by email. And I encourage you to check out the website. So anyways, I thank you for taking a look at this video, and I hope that you take care. Thanks.